just go
Yeah.
cash shop in it. You know, I don't know realistically whether they needed to do that at all. Like, they did obviously spent a lot of money on the game. They obviously
Alright,
weren't
chicken
making it
mate.
back quick enough.
Thanks, mate. I'll try and catch up with you tomorrow, buddy.
I think it was probably due to income or something, but I don't know.
Well, you've got if a decision like that has been made, mate, you can pretty much bet your bottom dollar it's not been made by the dev team. That's a marketing department's accountancy decision, isn't it? That the game's cost us too much money. We're hugely over budget. We're not recouping our costs fast enough. Shareholders are getting upset. We need to pull in some cash really quick to try and balance the books, and basically not realise the long-term repercussions that's going to have on your player base. Which, by the sounds of it, was everyone pissed off, basically.
Yeah, it's so sad. I mean, if they want to make another Star Wars, I'd play it as long as it's not free to play again. But then I'd quit as soon as they make it free to play. It's just like
I'm not to be honest, Johnny. I'm not a fan at all of the free to play model in MMOs.
Me neither.
I would very happily. I mean, all the years that I played WoW, and I never spent a penny on another game. So the argument that it costs you money, you know, didn't affect me in that sense. I spent about £120 in an entire year on gaming, you know.
See,
whereas, you know,
free to play modelling game in that actually worked was Guild Wars. Like, because you buy the content and the game's free, but there's no cash shop.
That's it. Nice balance in a way. I mean, for some games though, fantastic. You know, War Thunder. It's a game that I would never ever have played. And I picked it up, played it, and almost probably within about 2 hours, thought I'm enjoying this enough to support the devs, and I think I gave them 16 quid. I got something called, I can't remember what it was, Gold Lions or something, which I think
Golden Eagles.
That's it, Golden Eagles. You got it. And it enabled me to, I don't know, boost the stats on something or another. I don't think it made a huge difference
Boost
to anything.
Buy different planes and stuff.
Yeah, I got a really overpowered plane, which I tended not to go out in. But yeah, you know, sometimes the model works. But for an MMO, I would much rather know that they're getting a regular income, so they're not going to make any silly decisions.
Yeah, and you definitely can't do it in an MMO, like an RPG MMO, because, like, the guy that you see in PvP, that is a guy, like, the PvP then becomes about people who are paying.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, yeah.
And that's not
that's not PvP, is it? It's just not, it's just who's got a bigger wallet.
I mean, the other one I liked before that was Rift. That was a good game.
Never played it, mate. Never played it. Heard good things about it, though. Yeah.
Put like 600 hours into it or something.
Isn't hang on, I might be wrong here. Isn't Rift the one that is virtually identical to WoW?
I wouldn't.
Isn't the one that is basically just a complete WoW clone? Is that not Rift?
No.
I might be thinking of something else.
Yeah, I played that again before it was free to play. It's free to play now. I don't know whether they added a cash shop in. But no, Rift is, I don't think it was exactly like WoW at all, I don't know. I guess all MMOs are going to be like WoW and part.
Yeah, but no, the one that I'm thinking of, I mean, it might not be Rift, but I mean, everything was almost identical. You know, the user interface even was virtually identical. The character, not the character design, but just everything. Just seemed very reminiscent of WoW, to the point where I think people didn't quite understand why they hadn't had their bottoms sewed, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think. To be honest, it was a while ago, so I don't even know. But I like the idea of the game. So again, it was one of the MMOs which I got to top level without feeling like I grinded there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the PvP a lot. Loads of fun, the PvP.
Got a fatty in here. This is the dude that's been stalking around killing me. Oh, he's about to kill me again. Oh shit, he's actually going to kill me. I'm like, oh Jesus, good lord. Look at my bloody health.
Has your stalker killed you again?
It's him again. I swear it's the same one. This boy gets around a bit.
To catch up, man.
He's a cheeky little monkey, that one. What's that? Is that stone? Yeah, I was a bit upset with Twitch with these new changes, to be honest, Johnny. But again,
It's for the
like I've
next gen
said,
consoles, isn't it?
well, if you they've already. I mean, what they were saying was that it enabled them to sort of squeeze in an additional. Was it 15 or 20% bandwidth? But if you actually look at.
Not the real reason, you know that, right?
Yeah, I have to be a bit careful what you say, don't you? Because I know 2 people that have been banned, you know, from Twitch.
Yeah, I can give you the real info afterwards. What what you know and what you wanted to know. Two different things.
Yeah, there was a chap. I mean, one guy. I think I don't know what happened to one of them, but another one. Did you ever watch London Gaming for Fun, Andy?
No.
He, I think he might have cut his own throat. In all honesty, because I think what he did was he did a broadcast, sort of telling his viewers that he was moving to Hitbox, and of course, as a result of that, I think, you know, you're probably a bit daft doing that.
Of course, you're going to get removed. I'm sorry, that's...
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly. In that particular case, like I'm saying, you know, you're sort of cutting your own throat, aren't you? I mean, Twitch aren't there for you to advertise other streaming sites. So, on that occasion, like I say, I could
streaming site.
Yeah, I could quite easily understand what happened there. What's that? Hitbox?
Yeah.
I've never used it, mate. I've heard good things about it, but I think that's just because people were trying to get people to move from Twitch.
Well, I'm sorry, but like, even if their servers are better, of course they are. Look at how little traffic they're going to get. Exactly.
Obviously, I was saying in the stream the other night, I mean, I cannot even begin to comprehend the amount of traffic that goes. The sheer bandwidth amount through Twitch on any given day must be unbelievable.
They integrated Twitch with Xbox One.
Well, not yet, they ain't, mate.
Have they not? Can you not do it yet?
Well, Twitch put up a tweet. It's late, mate. Yeah, they put up a tweet either yesterday or today saying that there was no ETA on Xbox integration, and they would give an update as soon as one was available. So it's only the PS4 at the minute.
Well, as soon as the Xbox does, you got that. But look at all the PS4s. Then don't forget in Minecraft 1.7.
Oh yeah, you can stream direct, can't you?
To Twitch. Yeah. So like the Minecraft streams there is now is a ridiculous amount. Like
really
so silly. Like there's so many there. Like and the majority of them have 0 or 1 viewers or whatever. And yeah, so many there. And the majority of them are like kids. And I think Twitch need to start making some judgments on how many of them are actually old enough for the.
It's very difficult. I mean, to be honest, it's almost unmanageable, isn't it? I mean, they've gone from strength to strength to strength, haven't they? And policing a site like Twitch is just impossible, isn't it? I mean, you saw the fiasco over what happened with Horror. Were you involved in all of that?
No.
The lead Twitch admin, Horror.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to look it up. Obviously, it's not an appropriate place to discuss it, but
yeah,
it just goes to show how, you know, they're working really hard to you know, get a really professional and, you know, solid service up and running, having come from not an unprofessional background, but you know that they could never have, you know, preempted how successful it was all going to become. And I can't help but feel that they've grown as a, you know, quite a close knit group of people, all very good friends, and they're suddenly probably having to make some really hard decisions. You know, this is a big business with Sony and Microsoft backing them.
Yeah, Sony, Microsoft. Don't forget Riot as well. Like
yeah,
Riot is probably their biggest. I mean, to support the World Championships for League of Legends
Yeah.
is a much bigger thing than a lot of people
Oh,
actually
it's
know.
huge. Yeah. No, I mean, just the
Um,
sheer advertising revenue from something like that. You know, we're talking figures that are just incomprehensible, aren't we?
Mind blowing. Plus, obviously, the actual figures from Riot themselves.
Yeah. Good
The
looks. I mean, it's
competition.
like I've said. You know, I've always been. I'm the first person to have a bit of a whinge when things aren't working. But at the end of the day, it doesn't cost me anything to use this service. And
Exactly.
you know, I consider it a privilege to be able to use Twitch. It's as simple as that, you know. In
Yeah,
fact,
exactly.
yesterday I was actually saying I would be quite happy if I had to pay to stream. I would not have a problem with it. I know there would be uproar across a large amount of the community, and people would not stick around. But if I could pay
Yeah.
£10 a month, £20 a month, and be able to have viewers have the option to have a transcode option on the stream, I'd do it.
They've added that now, haven't they?
What for? What do you mean?
You can't pay for it, but they've added it now. If you're in a top certain amount of streamers,
Oh
you get a
yeah,
transcoder.
yeah,
If
but
if you get a certain amount of views, you only need to get to like 80 to 100 viewers to get a transcoder, something like that.
really?
It's not a huge amount.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it
it's
was low. I
doable.
thought it was 400.
No,
I've
it's like 80
obviously.
to 100, and then you're in a
Oh
top
yeah.
certain amount,
Well,
and
I've not been
you get a
told accurately. No.
transcoder.
Well, that's good. I mean, that is really good.
And they're trying to diversify it a little bit, but obviously it's gonna be between probably the more popular games where they can start adding it a bit more. But it's a lot of extra resource, isn't it? Because they have to basically encode your stream 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Everyone's stream is automatically encoded twice, once for PC and once for mobile.
Yeah.
That's done without saying, but yeah, that's kind of like a lot of work and
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
amazing.
And again, you know, we're not paying a single penny for it, are we? You know.
Exactly.
Long live Twitch, eh? It's just, I mean, the only thing that I just feel it's a real shame about that sense of viewer interaction. It really is difficult. Oh, thanks, Shredder. Nice one, mate.
Yeah, it's a lot harder. It's I don't know.
It's not a lot harder. It's almost impossible at times. You know, especially if you're sort of having to make decisions quick, and you're actually playing a game where you want some feedback, and you're sort of having to wait 40 to 60 seconds. It's like, no, what are you doing to me, Twitch?
Yeah, exactly. It's quite hard. You know, think of like, I know obviously you wouldn't like first put your sympathy to them, but there's a lot of big streamers that got to where they are based on viewer interaction. So
Yeah.
even the people with thousands of viewers in there, they were very, very good at picking up wording and stuff like that and responding to people. But now it looks like they're missing a lot, even though they're not actually. So it's kind of looking like the success rate's a lot less. So I'm actually starting to see a noticeable drop in viewers on some of their streams.
Oh, it's a shame. That's a real shame.
So I'm wondering, like in the long term, if some of these people that were obviously full-time streamers, obviously
it's not going to be viable anymore.
Is it going to be? So I don't know. But I don't know if there's anything Twitch can realistically do about it, because there's only a certain amount you can spend on your hardware, and obviously if more people are wanting to stream all the time, but not all of those streamers are going to be making revenue back, can they?
No, they're not going to make. They're not going to. I mean, I don't know if you read on their blog. There's no way they're changing it. But it was the way it was worded. It was done very politely. Said, look, you know, this is here to stay, and you know, there's nothing we can do to change it. And fair play to them. You know, they've made a business decision.
It goes back to what obviously I want to tell you, but can't.
Yeah.
They would lose out on doing it. Like, all I'm gonna say. But it's here to stay, and
it is.
That's it. Unfortunately, but But I'm sure we'll adapt to it, mate. We've adapted to loads. Like, I have noticed
Yeah.
since the change in the servers and the encoding and stuff that, like, not everybody had the issues, but I've got a 28 mega case, which is